Yes. Good morning. I don't even know why I started with yes again. Can you imagine? Well, let's move forward. Good morning. All right. This is the fourth episode in a series of content I've been delivering for a while. And the content basically is five agricultural business with high cash flow potential. Right. And the first one I started with was feed business, then poultry layer business, then agro commodity trading business. And in this particular one, right, in this particular one, what I'll be exposing us to is the whole act of providing farm staff to people. If that works for you, right? So if you're looking at a service that you don't have to actually deal with the commodity itself, but human resource, right? And you've always loved dealing with human resources, then this particular part is for you. And trust me, it is very, very high cash flow potential. The cash flow potential in it is eye catching. Like you don't have option, you just be catching it in your eyes. And that is what it is. Um let's get into it straight away. So typically in Nigeria right now, there are so much demand for staffing. And the matter where people comes into it, it will keep evolving and something that you can plug and play into. However, there are certain downsides, but I will share that in a moment with you. But let's look at the opportunities that is in this business. Last year, 50,000 farm in the south or in Nigeria closed down. And I highlighted the fact that the reason they closed down was lack of access to farm staff. So we need people that can intermediate or mediate these scenarios as great as possible so that this whole system can stop. And that's the opportunity that is there for you to pick. Now, there are different kind of workers. There's daily workers, there's weekly workers, there's monthly workers, there's quarterly workers, there's annual workers, there's biannual workers, depending on which one you want, right? And different farms have different needs and they are willing to pay different value. Of course, farm would always want to pay the cheapest value for workers, right? They will always want to pay the cheapest value for workers. They want to pay maybe say 20,000 per month. If there's something like that, they want to jump on it, 30 you grab, and then some can go as high as 50,000 per month or even 60,000 per month. So it depends on what you are trying to do. But at the end of the day, the summary there is this is something that would always be in vogue. Although it has its own peak period and off peak period, but peak periods are right now, right? People are always asking for workers right now. So if you have credible workers you can bring, can intermediate, then please bring them down because on each worker that you bring, you can earn as much as 5 to 10,000 down each worker that you're bringing down. So imagine when you bring in 100 workers for some person and you're earning up to 5 to 10,000 naira from each and every one of them. 100 workers alone, you're already looking at nothing less than a net profit of close to that's 1 million from just 100 workers at that 10,000 naira value coming to them. So that's what I'm trying to say, as much as 1 million naira. And you could do this within, let's say, 3 months or thereabouts. So that's cash flow for you. However, that is even net profit. That's not cash flow. The cash flow in itself is for you to employ 100 workers within that specific period I mentioned for different kind of farms. You would have actually needed around, say, transport logistics included. You're looking at around um, almost 5 to 10 million in terms of the logistics you'll be spending just to bring to workers and their salary during those that the first 3 months of the year, right? Or the first 3 months of their service. So you're looking at 5 to 10 million in terms of revenue or in terms of cash flow that you're going to be seeing. So it's a very high cash flow business, depending on how much energy you could put into it. And if you know how to put the right energy, you're going to get the right outcome from it. However, it has its own downside, and I'm also going to touch a bit about the downside. One, farm staff or the farm staffing model has its own little challenge in the sense that Nigeria has not found the perfect way to handle that system yet. The system want to pay cheap, the workers want to earn high, and so there's always this dichotomy between both of them, where the workers get discontented and then they may leave the project. So you might have to account for that factor right early enough to learn how to manage those challenges. Two, there's language barrier in many cases. Many people from the place where workers are provided don't hear the appropriate communication language of where they are going to, and this causes a level of discontentment among the workers and the owners of the farm. And then, of course, three, it requires you being on your toes at all points because the informations are flimsy and you need to work on them as they arrive. But those are downsides to this value chain. But outside that, you'll be solving real time problem. And you literally, or compared to people that say that they want to help the agriculture sector improve, you'll be literally helping it improve and produce more food. Why getting so much cash flow potentials from it and expanding excessively? No, so now what do you need to have before you go into this value chain? So what you need to have, to be candid, right? To even start business at all, you should have about 1 million naira in your own account, or maybe 1.5 minimum. These are minimum values that you can at least pin around, or else you're going to have difficult issues. Now if you have 500,000, let's have 500,000, doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to start small. You can't target maybe like 50 at the same time. You haven't target like 20 or 50. Like, you have to start maybe two, three, four, five. If you have less than 500,000, that's where you start, so that you play it safe and don't get your whole hands burnt. We don't want you burning your fingers in the process. We want you to succeed, not lose. That's the idea. And so let's put the focus in retrospect and not get out of it. We want you to succeed and make gain and not lose gain. And that's why you have to start reasonably small and not get yourself burnt in the process. I have business and services have diverse potential. You just have to understand how to move it and move it along well enough. Now, this is where I'm going to end this one or pen it down. You want, of course, to ask more questions pertaining this or any other of my content you've listened to, any one of my content you've listened to. Of course, if you're in Nigeria, you could reach out to me on WhatsApp Business using 08110812605. And if you are not in Nigeria, +234 comes before the normal number, right? But of course, you only use the first zero in the number. So I'll just call it straight. +234 8110812605. On WhatsApp, you message me and I'll listen to what you have to say. We'll work on it together. I can't even wait to start working with you on many of these things so that you can begin to make real life business of profits. Because that's what I want. The more people that make profit from agriculture sector, the more a lot of people will come in to experience what is going on there. You see, they come and see mentality. And that's it. See you later on the last episode of this series. And I can't wait to share what that is for you. I believe you will love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you. Bye.